Today we're here in the Peak District's Derwent Valley to find the Abbey Brook crossing. Hi, I'm Dave, and when I was planning this hike I couldn't find any videos that showed where the crossing was on Abbey Brook. So this video and the route I recorded will hopefully fill that gap and help anyone considering this route between the two moors. I'll put a link to the route in this video's description. If you're trying to complete the Peak District's Ethel's Challenge, you'll know that the four found along the upper Derwent Valley can make for a pretty long walk if you try to do them all in the same day. The Ethel Peak pairs of Lost Lad and Back Tor and High Stones and Marjorie Hill basically sit either side of the valley carved by Abbey Brook. Of course, you could just tackle the two pairs as separate day hikes, but I'll give you a comparison of the other two route options in case you feel that you can do them all in the same day. But bear in mind the routes are between 19 to 21 kilometres and about 550 to 780 metres of climb to complete. Taking this shortcut though makes the Abbey Brook option the shortest at about 19 kilometres, but it's a technically challenging walk with 650 metres of climb across the four peaks. Also noting that the crossing of Abbey Brook itself may become impassable in wetter weather, something I always check for before I set out. Of the other options I considered, the first was to head back down to the main path, crossing Abbey Brook as it enters the reservoir. This then heads back up onto the edge via Nether Hay, using the main paths. This would have been the longest route at 21 kilometres, and with a loss of height of over 200 metres, it would also have been the biggest climb. The next was to skirt around the top of Abbey Brook itself, taking the Cartilage Stone Ridge path and then crossing the open moorland to Howden Edge. This appeared to be the most technically challenging, as the path is noted to be indistinct and boggy across the moor. So whilst it needed the least amount of climb at 550 metres, it wasn't showing as being the shortest or quickest. But as it heads over the eastern side of the moor, this is maybe one for another day, to see the views across over Sheffield and South Yorkshire. So having tapped the tops of Back Tor and Lost Lad, I've now made my way down Sheepfold Clough, and I'm now looking for the way down to Abbey Brook. The bracken is always quite dense at this time of year, which is late June, and although there is a path, it wasn't a well-trodden one, so I completely missed a potentially easier way down, and looking back at this footage, I think I saw it before we came out of the bracken. But walking a little further along the narrow path, I spotted the path I'd missed, and a place further on where I could make my way down to it. Happily though, this was not through more bracken, but rather a mix of long grass and small boulders. So soon down to the side of the brook, and at a point where a crossing was possible, I could see the start of the path at Barrister's Tor on the other side, so just needed to get across safely. It has to be said that there wasn't much water flowing today, and that the brook and this crossing would look very different after it had rained. Certainly not one I'd attempt in poor weather, as even in the dry these rocks were icy smooth. Safely across though, I thought this would be the main obstacle conquered, but how wrong was I? Check out my Marjorie Hill video to get an update on the path from here to High Stones. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little adventure and that maybe it has inspired you to get outdoors to make your own adventures too. This video captures my first exploring here, but I do hope to return again. Please do like and subscribe. I do so enjoy finding these new places, and being outdoors strengthens my well-being. So I'll be back again soon, but until then, happy hiking!